What is up, YouTube? This is Profit Day Trader here, and today is part 3 of our beginner series of Thinkorswim from TD Ameritrade. Okay, so the last video was just more about how to download the program, and today is going to be start diving into this program. Now, if this is your first time downloading this program, please do not be intimidated. I know this looks scary. I know there's a lot going on. When I first downloaded this, my head was spinning. I'm telling you, just take your time. It's gonna take. This is a long process. This isn't something you're gonna be a master at by the end of this video. So just go in it with the mindset of this is gonna take a little while. Now, this is your home page. This is the first page you're going to be seeing. I'm not a huge fan of this page. This is like a widget kind of page. You kind of just gives you a blanket idea of what's going on in your entire account. It's not really useful for trading for me. It's more for just reference, in my opinion. So there's a few tabs that we're going to really focus on here. So if you look up here, you're going to see tabs here. You're going to see monitor, trade, analyze, scan, market watch, charts, tools, education, and help. The only, I say 4 that I use, actually 3, but I use monitor, I use the trade tab, I use the scan tab, and sometimes I use the charts tab, but it's not really necessary. So those are the 4 tabs I'm going to be going over in this series. As far as analyze, market watch, tools, education, help, I'm not saying that they're not useful. I haven't found use in my personal trading, so you might be different. I'm not sure. So that might be something you look into later on. But just for the sake of this series, I'm going to be going over these 4 tabs. So the main tab is going to be our trade tab. So if you go over here and you click on the trade, and you'll see there's a bunch of different tabs that come up. We're just going to click on the actual trade tab itself. Don't worry about this just yet. So hit on the trade, and this is the window that's going to come up. Now, again, this may look very confusing. Over the course of time, it will make sense. Now, if you look, now the thing with Thinkorswim is it's very, very, very customizable. It's a good thing and a bad thing. So the good thing is you can customize it to almost exactly what you like. The bad thing is it could be very overwhelming and it could seem like it's too much going on. So I want to clean this page up a little bit. I'm more a simple trader. I don't like too much going on. I think it's distracting. You'll also notice that, just a little side note, that right now the markets are closed. I'm recording this on a Saturday, so I wanted to show it so nothing's moving and it's all over the place. So, okay, so if you look at this, we're going to clean this page up a little bit. So if you look at the left, I blocked out my information just for security purposes, but usually it tells you how much money you have in your bank accounts and whatnot. And then there's a bunch of little, again, these are like more little widgets. I don't find these super useful. I know maybe you can use like a watch list, the TV, it's useless. The live news, I don't really focus on the live news as much. And the account info will come back up, you'll see in a second. So I usually like to close this tab because I feel like it takes up a lot of your viewing space. So I hit this little button right here, and boom. Now it's cleaning up a little bit. Now again, another disclaimer. This is going to be a very slow beginner series. So if you're a little more advanced, this may not be the series for you. I'm not saying you can't learn anything from it, but this is going to be, I'm going to be going through it very slowly. It's for people who have no idea. They can start to learn this and start to get their feet wet as far as learning this program. I just want the people who don't understand this to not be scared of this. This isn't something to be scared of. This is just like anything else. You learn it, and then once you learn it, you can start using it to make money. So that's the whole goal. So, okay, so we're on this page here. Now, this setup here, again, I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit. This is too much going on. Right now, there's 2 stocks open. So we look at this. I don't know what /ES is, but E-mini S&P 500. And then this is the mini NASDAQ. So this is just default. Don't worry about these symbols just yet. But right now, they're showing you 2 different stocks. These are actually 2 different stocks. If you click here, it says blue, Windows active. That means this window's active. If I click in here, this turns blue. That means this is active. Well, for the sake of the video, I don't want to show, it's already hard enough to learn 1, so I don't want to show 2 here. So I'm going to get rid of one of these stocks here, one of these tabs here. So in order to get rid of this, if you look at this right here, you see how it looks like a double window here? We're going to click on this guy here, and right now it has, you can see that the 2 are highlighted right here. Well, we only want 1 stock, so we're going to click 1. So see how I went to 1 stock? We could do this at 4 stocks if we want. I mean, this is way too much. But for right now, we're just going to keep it at 1 stock. Okay, so this, again, this video is going to be primarily focused on the trade tab. It might be multiple videos because trade is the most important one. I'm going to be diving into all the settings and stuff like that. So don't worry, this is going to be a very slow video. This isn't going to be too quick. But I'm going to break it up into different parts so you're not sitting here for an hour. Okay, so now we have a pretty clean chart right now. Now, again, a lot of this is going to be user preference, what you like to see, what you prefer. For me, to start off, I just want to show you the different buttons and different things that come up in this trade tab. Again, we'll be diving into the deeper stuff here. This is more the deeper stuff here. We'll go in that in a separate video. But for right now, I just want to go through this tab right here. So if you look at to the right, you'll see a bunch of different little tabs. Each one of them does something for this window. So if I click the trade button here, this popped up. So see this? This is if you click down here, this is how you're actually going to trade in Thinkorswim. So I wouldn't, if you're on live trading right now and the market's open, I would not touch any of these buttons. Please be very careful. And if you do, always set your quantity at 1. That's a little trick. If you always set it at 1, God forbid you make a mistake, you're not losing big money. You might lose a dollar or two at most. And that's if you're in a higher end stock. So again, this trade tab, if you look at it, if you click on, click off, it brings up this tab here. So this is actually your trading tab. This is how you're going to change the quantity of your orders. You can enter it in manually. Try it here. I'm going to say like 100, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is how you're actually going to be. So if you're looking at the stock, you'd be like, okay, I want to buy 1 share of this. Auto send, I would wait until you're more comfortable. Auto send's it's not going to have a confirmation window. It's just going to send it through automatically. I would wait. So, and then again, this is buy market and sell market. If you're not familiar with what a market order is, we'll be going over that as well. This isn't necessary as far as learning the program just yet. That's more stock terminology. But again, this is if I want to buy a stock, this is if I want to sell a stock. So that's what's in this little tab right here. If you go in here, time and sales, click on this window. We're going to close this to keep it cleaner. Time and sales, the stock market isn't open, so nothing's coming up on this just yet. But usually this isn't super important to me. This kind of shows what's going on in the stock market as far as who bought what. And I don't think this is super useful. I never really use this, but it is here if you want to mess around with it. You might find use in it. I'm not sure. Okay, so this one's the active trader. Now, this is very important. So look at the active trader. If you take this off, it's just a chart. So the active trader, it's like this tab. So this is the tab here I showed you. So this is the same tab up here. They incorporate it in the active trader. So the active trader is pretty much the main thing that most people use. So if you look at here, this might be confusing, but let me go to a different stock because this is let me go to Tesla. Everybody likes Tesla. Okay, so if you look at Tesla, so right now, this is your active trader. So this is where you'd actually be trading. Now there's a bunch of different ways to actually trade within this active trader. You can hit the buy market button. You can hit the buy market button, or you can come over here and tell. Now, if you hit the buy market, it's going to buy it just at whatever price that it fills at. Or you can come over here and you can actually buy at a certain price. You're like, you know what? I like Tesla, but I'm not going to buy it until 817. So you buy it. It's not open. The stock market's not open. So it's going to be an error. But you can actually tell it what price you want to buy or sell at. So this gives you an extra. This is called a limit order. But again, don't be scared of the terminology just yet. But this is how you would ask for a specific price. This is how you would buy it automatically. You might get filled at a higher price. This isn't guaranteed your price. This is not guaranteed, but it'll definitely be a lot closer to your price range. So that's the active trader. And again, active trader is the most important thing. So again, I'll be coming back to this and going through this in other videos a little more detail. Okay. All right. So now we have the big buttons, which I don't find use for. This is the same thing as this, but it's not even really that big, to be honest. So I don't really find use in this. So I never use this button here. And then you're going to have your charts. So they give you 3 different charts. You can always add more on different monitors, but as far as one screen, they're going to give you 3 charts. So if you click on, this is the first chart. So this one's active. So click that one on. And if you click the other 2, you're going to see more charts come up. Now, this is going to be important for certain situations. So sometimes you might have the stock. If you're doing day trading, you always have a 1 minute chart on. And again, if any of these terms are confusing you, don't worry. It'll take a little time. we'll we'll learn it. Don't worry. Um, but right now it's set at a 5 minute chart. I'm going to set this at a 1 minute chart. So you go over here and say, okay, you know what? This is a 1 minute. I'm going to set it to a 1 minute. So now it has a 1 minute chart. So we go through, each one of these candlesticks represents 1 minute of action in the stock market. So the reason why having a second chart, I'm going to start with the third chart because I think three is too many. The reason why it's important to have a second chart, because this second chart is where you're going to set up, okay, well, now I want to see the 5 minute, because the 5 minute shows you something a little different. It shows you more of what's happening throughout the day. It shows you, it's easier to see the trends and market trends. Like, okay, that's starting to dip, come up a little bit, it's still flat. So you usually want to have two charts up to reference every stock. So that's why they give you a bunch of different chart options. But for now, we're just going to keep to the one chart. And I said, active traders should always be up. And again, it's important to understand, again, the best way to really learn this program is mostly to play around. Again, be careful, because if the stock market is open, keep this to one quantity. You don't ever want to have, if you, God forbid, you hit 1,000 quantities, you hit the wrong button, you could lose a lot of money. So be very careful with these buttons. Always have the auto send off as well. This way, a confirmation window comes up. See this confirmation window? If you have the auto send on, this window won't come up. So for just for backup, always have this button off for beginner traders. So it's important to understand that Thinkorswim is very, very customizable. You can do a lot of things. You can make this bigger. You can make this smaller. You can just do a lot of things. It's very customizable. So it's gonna be one of those things where I can show you all the videos in the world, but until you actually dive in yourself and start messing around with it, you're not really going to understand every detail of this. So it's something to kind of just jump in, play around with the buttons. Again, be careful. I would suggest learning this program in paper trading so you don't make a mistake. Again, that'll be another video going, eventually. So, okay, so back to these. I'm not really sure what phase score is, to be honest with you. I don't think this is important. Dashboard, again, this is, I just think it takes up too much room. The chart is very important, and this is taking up a lot of that chart space. So I don't feel like this is important, but this is, I guess, is more of a simplistic buying buttons. Your level twos are important. Now, level twos are next level. That's more advanced trading. So in the beginning, I wouldn't worry about this too much, but understand that level twos will be a part of your trading eventually. But as for right now, level twos aren't super important. And then live news. Now this I do use. Now, again, you can customize all this. So see how it's taking up a lot of room? I like to minimize this all the way down. I only like to see the last few ones. So I keep a nice big chart. Now, the news is important. Why? So the news is important because a lot of times when you're trading, you want to see if there's a catalyst. Is there a reason why this stock is moving up or down? And this is where usually you find out. So this will tell you, this tells you just, analyst reports and this is a general consensus of what's going on with this specific stock. So it changes. So right now I'm in Tesla, so it's going to be all Tesla news. If I go to, let's say, we'll do GameStop. GameStop's fun right now. It's GameStop news. So this is relative to whatever stock is you're on at that time. So again, this is just a general video of the trade tab. So the trade tab is going to be your main tab. So again, you want to focus. This is going to be very, very important to learn. And again, this is just scratching the surface. There's a lot more to this, but understand that this is going to be where you're spending most of your time. You're going to customize this how you like it. There's a lot more features and stuff to go through it. But for now, I just, for beginner series, I want you to get familiar with this video, just familiar with the buttons, where stuff's at. Kind of click around. Don't try too much. Just see what makes a difference. We're going to dive into deeper settings in another video. Again, if this is the first time you're stopping by this channel, subscribe. I post a bunch of videos every week learning to learn the stock market, learn day trading, learn programs. I'm starting another series, day trading class. It's going to be like another beginner course, but it's going to be more learning about terminology, what candlesticks mean, what all this stuff represents. So that's going to be another whole series in itself that's going to be coming out soon. So again, if you made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I'm really looking to build this community. So if you subscribe to this channel, it really helps you to start promoting this to other people. And yeah, again, I sorry if this is slower for people who are more advanced, but again, I want this to be very slow. We're going through a lot of videos, going through each one of these buttons, what they do, what it means. There's no way to learn all of this in 10 minutes. It's impossible. So I want to split it up into pieces. This way it gives you a chance to, you can watch the videos at your leisure. You can click around different videos to get specific parts that you're looking for. So as of right now, this is just an introduction to this trade tab here. So again, look out for more videos. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.